Why do we dream about falling? Not floating, not flying, but falling. That sudden drop where your stomach jumps, your hands reach for something that is not there, and your body wakes up like it just escaped danger. 1 second, you are walking, standing, climbing, or doing something ordinary. The next second, the ground disappears. Your body drops. Your chest tightens. Your brain shouts, "Wake up." Then your eyes open in bed. The room is still. Nothing happened. You are safe. But for a few seconds, your body does not believe it. Falling dreams are powerful because they do not feel like normal dreams. You do not only see the fall, you feel it. Your stomach dips, your muscles tense, your breathing changes, and sometimes your body jerks awake. That is why falling dreams are so memorable. They are not only images, they are body events. Sometimes the mind does not say, "I feel unstable." It shows you falling. One reason falling dreams happen is biological. As you begin to fall asleep, your body starts shifting from wakefulness into sleep. Your muscles relax, your breathing slows, your heart rate settles, and your awareness of the outside world becomes softer. This is normal. It is the body powering down. But the brain does not always make that transition smoothly. Sometimes one part of your mind is already drifting into dream images, while another part is still alert and watching for danger. When the muscles relax too suddenly, the alert brain may misread that relaxation as a physical drop. The body feels like it is letting go, so the brain turns that sensation into a story. The story becomes falling. This is why falling dreams often happen right as you are drifting off. You may not even be deep inside a full dream yet. You may be in that strange border zone between awake and asleep, where thoughts become images and body sensations become scenes. A small shift in muscle tone can become the edge of a cliff. A wave of relaxation can become the floor disappearing. A tiny twitch can become a whole dream about falling through space. Then there is the famous body jerk. You are almost asleep, then suddenly your leg kicks, your shoulder jumps, or your whole body jolts. It feels like your body hit an emergency button. The body is entering sleep, the muscles are relaxing, and the nervous system sends a sudden burst of movement. Sometimes the brain explains that burst with a dream image. Sometimes you may be dreaming of falling because your body was already going through a sudden sleep transition. That is why the timing feels so perfect. The body says, "Drop." The brain says, "Falling." The nervous system says, "Wake up." You feel the fall, then instantly jump awake. It seems like the dream caused the jerk. But sometimes the jerk and the dream are two parts of the same event. Your sleeping body relaxes. Your alert system reacts. Your dreaming mind builds a scene around it. But biology is only part of the story. Falling dreams feel powerful because falling is one of the oldest danger signals the body can understand. Long before language, modern stress, school, work, money, social pressure, or complicated thoughts about the future, the body understood this. Losing your footing is dangerous. A fall means no control, no support, no stable ground, and no time to make a careful plan. When you fall, the body cannot negotiate. It must react immediately. That is why the falling sensation activates such a deep survival alarm. The dream does not need a monster. Gravity is enough. The message is ancient. You are no longer supported. This is also why falling dreams often connect to stress. Not always, but often. When life feels unstable, the brain may turn instability into motion. You may be under pressure. You may be facing uncertainty. You may feel like things are moving too fast. You may feel like you are losing control of something important. But instead of showing you a deadline, an argument, a test, a bill, or a fear you cannot name, the dream shows you a drop. Dreams often translate emotion into physical space. Feeling unstable becomes falling. The dream takes a sentence from your emotional life and turns it into a scene. I do not know what is holding me. I do not know where I stand. I do not feel in control. Then the dream removes the ground. This does not mean every falling dream has a hidden message. Sometimes it is just the body entering sleep. Sometimes it is random dream construction. But falling is a useful image for the brain, because it can carry many meanings at once. A body sensation, a fear response, a stress symbol, a loss of control, a sudden transition, or a nervous system warning. This is why two people can have the same falling dream for different reasons. One person falls because their body jerked during sleep. Another person falls because they feel overwhelmed. Another falls because they are starting a new stage of life. Another falls because their nervous system has been running on high alert all day. To understand a falling dream, you have to look at both the body and the life around the body. Were you exhausted? Were you anxious? Were you under pressure? Did the fall feel terrifying, sudden, endless, or strangely peaceful? One of the most important parts of falling dreams is the missing ground. In waking life, we rarely notice how much we trust the ground. Every movement depends on the assumption that something will hold us. But in a falling dream, that trust is broken. The ground disappears. The stairs collapse. The elevator drops. The bridge vanishes. The ledge crumbles. The body suddenly has nothing to push against. This can mirror emotional life, because people need psychological ground too. Psychological ground can be a plan, a role, a relationship, a sense of safety, a sense of direction, or the belief that tomorrow is not completely unknown. When that inner ground feels weak, dreams may create outer ground that disappears. The image is simple, because the feeling is simple. I do not feel held. So the dream shows you not being held. This is why falling dreams can happen during uncertain periods, starting something new, losing something familiar, waiting for an answer, feeling pressure to perform, moving to a new place, ending a relationship, changing identity, or facing a decision. Another reason falling dreams feel so real is that the brain has a body map. Even during sleep, the brain is still working with sensations, movement, balance, and position. It can simulate motion. It can create the feeling of height. It can imagine acceleration. It can make the stomach drop even though the body is lying still. The dream body is not physically falling, but the fear response can be real. Your heart may race. Your muscles may tense. Your breathing may change. To the fear system, imagined danger can still activate a real alarm. It reacts to possibility. This is why falling dreams wake people up. The alarm is strong enough to interrupt sleep. From a survival point of view, that makes sense. The brain would rather wake you up unnecessarily than ignore a possible fall. A false alarm is annoying. A missed alarm could be dangerous. So the brain chooses caution. It says, wake up first, explain later. That may be frustrating when you are trying to sleep, but it also shows how protective the nervous system is. Even in dreams, the body is still trying to keep you alive. There is also something interesting about the ending of many falling dreams. People often wake before they hit the ground. The impact never arrives. The fear builds, the drop continues, and then the dream cuts off. This may happen because the alarm wakes the body before the scene completes. But emotionally, it also matches something common in anxiety. Fear often lives before the consequence, before the answer, before the result, before the impact. You are moving towards something, but you do not know what will happen. That uncertainty may be the real terror. Not the ground itself, but the waiting. Many waking fears feel exactly like that. Waiting for a message, waiting for a result, waiting for a decision, waiting for a conflict, waiting to see if something collapses. The mind feels like it is moving toward an impact it cannot control. So the dream becomes falling without landing. Repeating falling dreams may mean the nervous system is stuck in a pattern of alertness. Not always, but if the dream keeps returning during stressful periods, it may be worth asking what part of life feels unstable. What feels unsupported? What feels out of control? Where do you feel like you are losing your footing? The dream is not a prophecy. It is not predicting disaster. It is a signal. Sometimes a body signal. Sometimes an emotional signal. Sometimes both. It may be the nervous system saying, I am tired. I am tense. I do not feel secure. I need ground. And ground does not always mean solving everything immediately. Sometimes ground means slowing down before sleep, reducing stimulation, creating a bedtime routine, making the room feel safe, writing down the worries that keep spinning, or breathing slowly enough for the body to believe it is allowed to rest. Sometimes ground means emotional honesty, admitting that something feels uncertain, admitting that you feel overwhelmed, admitting that you are trying to carry too much without support. Sometimes ground means connection, talking to someone, asking for help, letting another person know you are not as stable as you look. The opposite of falling is not flying. It is being held. It is having something beneath you. It is feeling that if your body relaxes, you will not disappear. That is what the falling dream is often asking for. Not total control, but enough support. Not all falling dreams are negative. Sometimes falling can represent release, surrender, or transition. If the dream feels peaceful instead of terrifying, it may not be about danger at all. It may be the mind practicing a kind of descent, coming down from pressure, dropping out of control, allowing the body to stop holding everything. There is a difference between falling as panic and falling as release. In one, the body screams, "I am not safe." In the other, the body whispers, "I can let go." The feeling matters. The context matters. The emotional tone matters. So when you dream about falling, the best question is not, what does falling always mean? The better question is, what did falling feel like? Was it terror, surprise, loss of control, relief, freedom, or surrender? Did the ground disappear? Were you pushed? Did you slip? Did you jump? Were you alone? Was someone watching? Did you wake before impact? Each detail changes the emotional grammar of the dream. But the core image remains powerful because every human body understands it. To fall is to lose support. To fall is to leave control. To fall is to meet gravity without a plan. That is why the dream feels ancient and personal at the same time. It belongs to the body, but it also belongs to your life. A falling dream is often the brain asking a simple question, in a dramatic way. Where is my ground? What is holding me? Can I relax without losing control? Am I safe enough to let go? And when you wake up with your heart racing, the answer is already there. You are in bed, the room is still, the body is safe. The fall was a signal, not a disaster. It was the nervous system speaking in gravity, the mind turning instability into motion, and the body reminding you that even in sleep, it is still searching for ground.